Hello everyone, welcome to Brilliance classes. So in this video we are going to solve some questions based on basic electrical engineering. These are the questions which are asked several times in various examinations. So if you are preparing for any government exam related to electrical or electronics, then this video is very important for you. So without wasting any time, let's start. So my first question is, which one of the following has the ability to store energy in the form of electrical charge? We know that the capacitor and inductor has the ability to store energy, whereas the resistor can only dissipate energy. So capacitor क्या करता है, एनर्जी को स्टोर करता है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज. अगर इंडक्टर की बात करें तो इंडक्टर एनर्जी को स्टोर करता है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, where the energy is stored by the capacitor is given by half CV square, and we talk about inductor, then the energy is stored by the inductor is given by 1 by 2 Li square. So the capacitor has the ability to store the energy in the form of electric charge. So the right answer will be capacitor. Now, my second question is, how much time will be taken by 40 coulomb of charge to pass through a point in a circuit if a current of 8 ampere flows through it? So, what is current? Current is basically the flow of charges. I is equal to Q by T, where I is current and it is always taken in ampere. The SI unit of current is ampere. Q क्या होता है? Q चार्ज होता है, उसकी यूनिट क्या होती है? कूलॉम्ब होती है. और टाइम क्या होता है? इसकी यूनिट सेकेंड. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द टाइम. सो फ्रॉम हेयर वी कैन राइट T is equal to Q upon I, and how much charge it is given? 40 coulomb. So 40 upon, and the current is 8 ampere, so it will be 40 by 8 is equal to 5 second. Then the time is 5 second. The right answer is 5 second. Next question is, if a capacitor is charged by a square wave current source, then the voltage across the capacitor is. So we know that the voltage across the capacitor is given by V is equal to 1 by C I dt. So if we integrate a square wave, then we will get a triangular wave. So the right answer is triangular wave. Next, which of the following is an active element of the circuit? So I have already told you about the active element and the passive element, and if you haven't seen that video, go and check in my playlist. So what is an active element? Those elements which are able to deliver power to a circuit, those are called active element. और passive element क्या होते हैं? Those elements which are able to absorb the power. So from here we can say that the from resistance, inductance and capacitance, an ideal current source. Only ideal current source has the ability to deliver power. So the active element among these is ideal current source. So the right answer is ideal current source. Now, the relative permeability of a material is 0.95. The material is so according to relative permeability, we can classify the element whether it is diamagnetic, paramagnetic or ferromagnetic. So here it is given as mu r equals to 0.95. So if mu r is less than 1, then the material will be diamagnetic. ओके, अगर म्यू आर इक्वल टू 1 होता है तो मटेरियल क्या हो जाता है? नॉन मैग्नेटिक. इफ म्यू आर is greater than 1, then a material will be paramagnetic. and if mu r will be much greater than 1, then a material will be ferromagnetic. सो यहाँ पे क्या है, म्यू आर क्या है, 1 से कम है, इसलिए मटेरियल क्या हो जाएगा, डायमैग्नेटिक. सो द करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ए, डायमैग्नेटिक. नेक्स्ट, if 4 capacitor of 15 millifarad are connected in parallel, then what is the equivalent capacitor? So the equivalent capacitor in case of parallel connection is given by Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 dot Cn. ठीक है, लेकिन अगर सीरीज कनेक्शन में निकालना होगा तो CS 1/CS will be equal to 1/C1 plus 1/C2 plus 1/C3 plus. ठीक है, इसमें कैपेसिटर में अगर इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटर पैरेलल में निकालना होता है तो सिंपली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कैपेसिटर को ऐड कर देते हैं, लेकिन सीरीज़ के केस में इनके रेसिप्रोकल को ऐड करते हैं, जस्ट अपोजिट टू दैट ऑफ रेजिस्टर्स. So here it is asked in parallel, then we have to find out Cp is equal to, here we taking 4 capacitor, so 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, it will give 60 millifarad. Now the next question is, at 20 degrees Celsius aluminum wire has a resistance of 30 ohm. The temperature coefficient of resistance is 0.00305 per degree Celsius. What is the approximate resistance of wire in ohm at 30 degrees Celsius? So we know that the resistance at any temperature T2 is given by resistance at T1 1 plus alpha into delta T, where delta T is equal to T2 minus T1, where T2 is final temperature and T1 is initial temperature. So we have to find a resistance at 30 degrees Celsius. So R 30 degrees Celsius equals to R T1, means resistance at 20 degrees Celsius is 20 degrees Celsius. 1 plus alpha is the temperature coefficient of the resistance, plus delta T will be T2 minus T1, means 30 minus 20, this will be 10 degrees Celsius into 10 degree Celsius. So if we substitute all these values, then we will get R at 20 degrees Celsius is 30 ohm, 1 plus alpha is given as 0.00305 into 10, and if we solve this value we will get 30.915 ohm, and approximately we could write it as 31 ohm. So the right answer is B, 31 ohm. Now, which of the following act as a depolarizer in a dry cell? So let's first understand that what is polarizer or polarization. So polarization is simply a defect in which what happens, in which H2 molecules are accumulated on the positive electrode. So depolarizer basically क्या करता है, इन H2 molecules को क्या करता है, रोकने से बनने से रोकता है. अगर हम लोग मैग्नीज डाई ऑक्साइड यूज़ करते हैं एज अ डीपोलराइज़र, तो यहाँ से जो ऑक्सीजन होगा वो ये इस H2 के साथ मिलके क्या फॉर्म कर देगा, H2O वाटर एज बाई प्रोडक्ट. सो इट इनहिबिट्स द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द bubbles of hydrogen gas near the electrode. So depolarization in a dry cell is basically manganese dioxide. Now the unit of reluctance of magnetic circuit is, So the reluctance is magnetic circuit is analogous to the resistance in any electrical circuit. जैसे कि रेजिस्टेंस का काम क्या होता है, इट प्रोवाइड्स अ हिंड्रेंस टू द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. इन द सेम वे द रिलक्टेंस प्रोवाइड अ हिंड्रेंस टू द फ्लो ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स. रेजिस्टेंस is given by EMF upon current and reluctance is given by MMF upon flux. So the unit of MMF is ampere turn and the unit of flux is Weber. So the reluctance unit is ampere turn per Weber. Sorry, here it will be ampere turn. So the unit will be ampere turn per Weber. Thank you.